Hi and welcome to a long and cozy Christmas video. December is usually packed with all things Christmas, as I'm sure many of you can relate to. December of 2023 was extra special because it brought an abundance of snow, so I spent a lot of time outdoors enjoying the winter weather, ice skating and skiing. I also spent a lot of time with friends and family. And Christmas itself was a little different from previous years since I didn't celebrate at home on Åland. I'll get into that later though. There's a lot of Christmas celebration and holiday related things in this video, and if that interests you, I promise you'll like it. Anyway, let's pick up where I last left off, literally on the same day.
I'm hushing the dog on the chain. I'm running up stones on the edge of the bank. Rally the troops for another refrain. I sing this softly to myself. I sing this softly to myself.
Hello, you probably can't see me right now. But yeah, so it's currently 1 o'clock at night and I'm outside on our pier taking some photos because it's a full moon tonight and it lights up the snow so beautifully. So I'm out here, but I should probably go to sleep now because I have work tomorrow morning. But yeah, this turned out to be a great day. And I've been out so much and I'm so grateful. Hopefully you get to see a full moon like this in a snow-covered landscape sometime. Good night.
Tore up my jeans on the fence. Wish I rode backing up in, but my
I'm in a rush to work, but I just wanted to show you how beautiful this morning is as well. And that the water has frozen over completely now. So since yesterday, there's been a big change in nature here. It's so pretty.
to myself.
So the audio here is a total disaster thanks to the wind and snowfall, but what I'm trying to clumsily explain is that I'm using my old skis, the ones I had as a kid, because they're actually better than my current ones. Plus, I wanted to be able to try both traditional skiing and skating, and to do skating it's better to have a bit shorter skis. When I was younger, my school bus dropped me off by the main road, so I used to ski the 1.5 kilometers home. Winters were colder then, and we usually had enough snow for skiing. These days that's rarer, but fortunately the winter of 2023 to 24 was amazing and we got tons of snow. And I loved every bit of it because, well, I'm a real winter girl. This is Andrea and Rina, two of my closest friends. You might have seen them here before. I invited them over to do some Christmas baking, and let's just say that it was the most chaotic and messy baking session ever. But we had so much fun. Besides making Christmas candy, we also tried baking cashew and cranberry bread.
Fast nötterna är lite brända. Men alltså...
It wasn't exactly pretty, but it turned out surprisingly good.
Skål. Alltså det är ju kompakt. Men alltså gott var det. Jo. Men det är ganska kompakt. Och så det där är så typiskt Rina att säga också. Vi är 7,5. Ja. 8 av 10 också. Jag har bara gjort det själv och klart att det är bra. Eller så här. Hallå.
Every year my mom takes me to a Christmas market on Åland called Lilla Jul marknaden. They sell all kinds of festive foods, sweets and decorations. This year I invited my friend Sunny and her boyfriend Anton, who I got to know a few years ago while I was studying in Kalmar in Sweden. Happy. So.
There you're right there.
We were lucky there was snow. There isn't always this early in December, and it was nice seeing so many people come here. I always think these types of gatherings, events and whatnot are really cozy. After shopping we went to Smakbyn, a restaurant right next to the market, where we warmed up with some glögg. It's like a traditional Nordic Christmas drink similar to spiced wine. It can be both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, and it can have different spices and taste, like cloudberry, apple or blueberry for example. I bought these beautiful candles for Independence Day. Later that same evening, we made food together to celebrate Lilla Jul, which is sort of a mini Christmas in anticipation of the big one. In my family, we pretty much do the same thing as on Christmas. We eat the same food, drink schnapps, and sing songs. My mom always takes on so much around Christmas. I honestly think she secretly enjoys the chaos and stress of it all.
Och stressigast.
I spent Christmas away from home before, but it never feels the same. There's just something special about celebrating at home with family, and doing the traditions I've done since I was a kid. After all the preparations, we finally sit down to eat and sing. I swear, we spend more time singing than we do eating or talking combined.
Landet Malakuli, är det kräftorna i juli man blir glad som
Jag fick alla 4 tänder med.
Fick det?
här på bastuladen. Man ökar och på kranen och då stiger plötsligt salen i en väldig hast. Att den finländska kvinnan är den vackraste kvinnan. Det bevisar hon lätt i hela Finlands inland.
This is a song that Dad always sings to my mom on Christmas. It's about how the Finnish woman is the most beautiful. It's a Swedish version of a Finnish folk tune called Säkkijärven polka. The words and music by Charlie Norman and Vilja Westerinen.
Särken polka, kallade för Säkkijärven polka. Hela landet vimlar ju av järvhet, kallade för kärr. ett hjärna det min vän. Skål!
Nu kan vi klappa då.
This is a classic snap song that everyone knows. Hej Tomtegubbar.
Hej tomtegubbar, slå i glasen och låt oss lustiga vara. En liten tid vi lever här med mycket möda och stort besvär. Hej tomtegubbar, slå i glasen och låt oss lustiga vara.
These snap songs, as we call them, have always been a part of our celebrations, and I've been singing these songs since I was a kid. Occasionally, a family member who's been studying abroad introduces new snap songs they've learned, which is always fun.
Okei. Naapurista kuului se pokakan tahti, jalkani pohjii kutkutti. Ievan näytti tässä vahti, vaan kyllähän Eeva se juttutti, sillä heimätti siellä kellot haittaa kun...
You might have heard this song. It has become quite famous. It's called Jevan Polka, and it's not a snap song, but me and Sunny both knew it, and we decided to sing it together.
Tippis.
Oj, 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 oj. Yippee, skål! Botten upp. Det hade varit det.
Jag kan döma den där flaskan.
Ja, då kan vi fortsätta då. Du ska få min gamla skjorta när jag dör. Du ska få min gamla skjorta när jag dör. Den är tvättad på skruven, räcker ända med knäna. Du ska få min gamla skjorta när jag dör.
Så de sover själva för det. Hur många är det? Det finns kanel. Det är lite häftigt att hon har blivit mer finne än vad jag är. Eller hur?
Och vem spelar det då?
Jag vet inget. Ja, vem spelar det då, hörru? Hittade du mandel, Anton? Nej.
Mandel?
Hittade du mandel? Nej.
Nej.
Det är säkert så.
There's a tradition to always eat porridge and put an almond in it. The one who finds it gets to make a wish. I've also heard that in some families that person might get an extra gift. And in ours it usually means that you get to do the dishes. We always feed the birds in winter. Did you know that they have to eat a third of their body weight just to stay warm a cold winter? That's crazy. Since winter came early and the snowfall was heavy, the deer struggled to find food. They ended up spending a lot of time around our house eating fallen bird seeds from the ground. We've had a lot of snowfall, and I've tried my best to keep up with the snow plowing. It's important not to let the snow pile up too much on the pier and deck, as it helps to keep the wood in good condition and prevents the planks from getting damaged. Glad Första Advent allihopa! Today is the 1st of Advent, and I know most of the world doesn't celebrate this, but every Sunday we light a candle up until Christmas. And yesterday was Lilla Jul, which is Little Christmas, and that's a tradition that's very rare, I suppose. we only do it here on Åland and also those that speak Swedish in Finland. So the tradition is carried on by a very few people. And maybe as you could see in the previous clips, Sunny and Anto were here and they left today, so I've just been chilling. I tried to plow the pier or the pontoon. And yeah, now sun just sets and it's so beautiful. I'm so happy that it's snowing and that it's just this, you know, white and pretty and pure everywhere. And I think I'm also going to try out the ice, because it's been minus degrees for a couple of days or weeks, maybe a week or so. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna try and see if it holds at all. You have to be really careful with the ice because there's like currents along the shoreline and it could be very dangerous to go here, but it's very shallow and I'm not gonna go out far. So yeah, let's see how it goes. And by the way, I'm doing this because I want to go ice skating, because that's my favorite winter sport and almost like my favorite sport out of them all. So yeah, I'm so excited for that, and it looks like this winter we will be able to go ice skating here because it's been so cold. So I really hope it's gonna be a cold winter. I'm crossing my fingers. Oh my god, I'm standing on the ice. What? I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Yes. Wow. Oh my god, look. See? You can walk on it. But the ice quality though is pretty bad for ice skating because the surface is like bubbly. I'll see if I can show you. Okay, it's really hard to tell, but the surface isn't flat. So it's a bit hard to skate on because the snow has melted and it's not like blank. We usually put water on it so it freezes over and becomes like a very nice surface. So I think I'm gonna take my dad out here and we'll figure something out. Finally I can show you the part of winter which I love most, which is, yeah, being on the ice and ice skating. So I'm so excited. Wow, all of the water is frozen. Previously only this snow-covered part was ice, but now it's all the way out to there and that's the big ocean. Wow, it's been so cold. Everything is so pretty. We even have the moon out. Today is a very special day because it's the 6th of December, which is Finland's Independence Day. And I'm gonna be celebrating it with some friends tonight. But I want to take a moment to just appreciate the place I live and where I come from. And I'm very proud of my ancestors and the people who lived here long ago, fighting for freedom and democracy. So I can have this beautiful, free life free of most worries and feeling safe. Independence Day celebrations are usually happy and, joyful, but in Finland we like to do it a bit differently. Since this country has a lot of war trauma, we usually just light 2 candles in the window, maybe sit in silence and remember and honor the dead, and then we watch this thing on TV called Lilla Jul, which is a live ball that they send from a castle where the president lives. And basically he just shakes hands with famous and important people in Finland for about, I don't know, an hour, 2 or 3. And you get to see their beautiful dresses. So that's usually what we do. This year I'm gonna celebrate a bit differently since I'm on Åland. And Åland is an island in between Finland and Sweden. And we feel a bit separated from Finland, so I don't think most people usually celebrate that much here. But I have invited some friends over and we're gonna have like a dinner party, and I have put together fun games and like songs that we will sing together, and then we'll of course watch the Lilla Jul, the TV ball, and then I don't know, just spend time together. And I've adopted this kind of tradition since back when I lived in Finland, because then I usually had a dinner for my friends, and that's when I first started celebrating it. So I want to keep the tradition alive and do it this year as well. Today I'm probably just gonna be putting things in order, and I have a lot to do. I have to go to the store and buy food and cook, clean, and I also just want to be, thinking about what a privilege it is to live here, and I'm just so immensely grateful for my ancestors and what they endured so that I can be here. It's it's a lot to think about. That beautiful morning, I got my dad to come out and test the thickness of the ice. Det blir djupare än mina fingrar, jag får ingen i handen.
Är det så tjockis?
Jag får inte. Jag tror att den börjar lite kurva inåt där.
Får jag känna? Sådär någonting ungefär.
Ja.
Inte riktigt, men nästan. Is.
So we just tried the ice, and it's enough to be on, but it's not too thick yet, so you should be a bit careful. And that's why I have these isdubbar, and they are like ice pick, maybe it's called. So if you fall in, you can get up with these, with the help of these. And of course, it's really important to be really careful when you're by the ice, so you should never be there by yourself. But I'm very happy, and I'm gonna try and do some ice skating now, because the weather is beautiful and it's a lovely winter day. On Åland we don't always get these cold winters where you can be on the ice, so when we do, I'm very, very stoked about it. Like very, very stoked. I'm so happy. And I can see the moon, I can see the sun. It's just a really beautiful day and a really beautiful life. Then I prepared the ice for skating. I plowed myself a little rink and put on my ice skates for the first time that winter. The weather could not have been better. So I don't think I have done this in 2 or 3 years, not since I moved to Sweden at least. so bear with me. We don't get many sunny cold winter days, so I was especially happy to be outside. And even more so since it was Finland's Independence Day. This is incredibly fun. Oh, even though the ice is a bit bumpy, you should probably even it out. It's still very fun. I'm gonna try and attempt the hardest thing I know how to do with ice skates, and it's like a crossover step backwards. And I learned it like 2 years ago. But it's been a while, so I'm probably gonna fall. I'm just gonna put it out there. Okay. Okay, that was one step. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Into the side. When you're done ice skating, it's super important to get all of the snow and ice off, because otherwise it might start rusting. Rusting? Frosta. And that's no good, no bueno. Hello, son. Wow, what an incredible day. Later that evening, I invited my friends over for dinner. This has been a tradition of mine every Independence Day since high school, when I studied in Finland. On Åland, we don't really celebrate Finland's Independence Day since we have our own. So it was nice to bring this tradition back to my friends, and we had a little dinner together.
Tack för att ni kom. Nu till förrätt så får vi lite blomkålssoppa. Och dricka finns det ute, ska jag hämta. Så det är bara att hugga i.
Tack! Tack.
Du bara? Det är för det som du är som den gick men nej alla. Det är också där.
Då var frågan, vilket är Finlands vanligaste träd? Är det granen, pallen, björken eller aspen?
Det var björken.
Björken!
Pallen förstås, den är inte
Har du sett hur granen fick? De har sett hur trädet
men i Lappland är det
Så den här, alltså skitbra.
Ja, jag tror det.
Men det var till med vanilj.
New, smooth.
Today, or well rather right now, I'm going to a movie premiere for Stormskärs Maja, and it's an Ålandic story. From the beginning it was a book, and then it became a story TV series in the 70s, and now it's a film. So yeah, I'm gonna go and check it out now, and it's like a premiere. It comes out in January of 2024, but I got the opportunity to go to look beforehand. So I'm really, really stoked, and I think I'm just gonna maybe film with my phone if I can. Otherwise, I'll see you when it's done.
Du ska inte vara rädd, Maja. För vadå? För något. Du ska inte vara rädd för något.
I just literally got back into my car. The movie ended like 5 minutes ago, and I'm very moved. I'm almost like tearing up because it was an amazing story, or it is an amazing story, and the movie was really awesome. And you know, I could see like, well, I have a lot to tell you about it, so maybe I'll just drive home now and then talk some more about it and calm down a bit. This setup might be a bit weird. I'm in the forest and I have my car there, and its headlights are on so you can see something. Hopefully, at least, I don't know. But yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about the movie because it was amazing and it really moved me. And I hope to inspire some of you maybe to go watch it yourself. And if you don't care about the movie at all, you can just skip ahead a few minutes. Wow. So, okay, I haven't really quite landed yet, so it's a bit hard to get a grasp on what I want to say. But firstly, I think this movie was amazing because as someone who has lived here for their whole life, I kind of saw the beauty of Åland like for the first time again. Because honestly, I don't think I appreciate the place I live, and I don't think it's that special, and I don't find it like... It's very beautiful and I know that it's amazing and everything, but I don't really know what is so special about it because it's all I know. And it's probably the same for whoever you are, wherever you live. You don't really see the beauty of the place you live in. Or what's special about it, at least. So it felt like I was watching Åland for the first time in my life, and like I finally understood how cool it actually is and how rare the type of landscape is. Another thing is that this movie also maybe tries to get across what the human spirit is and what it can do and what it's capable of, both the good and the bad. It talks about home and how that's really important to us, to feel like we belong somewhere, in a place and with people. And it was also a story about this woman, Maja, the main character, and she is sort of forced to marry and moves to this like remote island with her husband, and they build a cottage and get kids, and it's a story about falling in love with, well, firstly her husband, as like of course, but then also her home where she lives now with her husband, and just how tough life can be, or at least has been in the past. And I could only imagine how my ancestors have fought to survive during long, dark and cold winters, having only fish and potatoes to eat, and surviving wars, and just going through life. So it was very inspiring in that way. It touched upon a lot of different subjects that got me thinking about a lot, honestly. And the last thing I thought about watching this movie was how it was very good at capturing like moments of reality. Because often when I watch movies, I know that I'm watching a movie and it doesn't feel like reality because you know it's something man-made. But since this movie was filmed in actual nature a lot, they had these clips of like very tiny things zoomed in or on animals, and watching them felt like, you know, just watching reality. Like I know when I sit on the rocks and I look into the water, I see these tiny little creatures and I look at the leaves on the ground, and it was exactly the same in the movie. Like at some points or at sometimes in the movie, the main character Maja was going through something or whatever, and she like just saw a little bird or whatever, and that to me felt like really real and honest. So it felt like a window to reality, like you were actually being sort of in the movie with the characters watching the landscapes. And it was also cool to see that some of my friends... Oh no, there's a car coming. Fuck. Uh-oh. Yeah, it was cool that my friends and family were there. It's Dad. Hello. Du kan inte komma förbi nu.
Hej!
Hej! On December 13th, we celebrate Lucia, or Saint Lucy's Day in English. It's mostly celebrated in Scandinavia and Italy. Here in Åland there's always a little parade through town, with the chosen Lucia sitting in the last wagon. I love going to Moulin to meet family and friends, even if it means freezing my ass off while watching the Lucia train pass through the streets. It's all part of the tradition.
Vad gjorde du då?
Skojar du med mig? Skojar du med mig? Nej. Åh, vad jag säger upp mig nu. Fan.
500 har vi där.
Elin, det var så fint.
Går vi inte att rädda då?
75.
Okej, nu rör inte jag den här någon mer. Tar du hem den här ikväll?
Ja.
There was a lot to do in order to prepare for Christmas this year. I had decided to give away a lot of my own pottery and ceramics, which I had so much fun making. These are definitely tracks of what we call a mink. This is pretty interesting. There's tracks coming from this direction. Then it's like, almost like it has dragged or, I don't know, slipped. And then it starts walking again. How interesting. It's crazy to think that just 4 months ago I was standing right here filming a clip where I told you that I had started working out of school. And well, today I sort of worked my last day. I had my last lesson. Tomorrow we're just having like julavslutning. What's that in English? Julavslutning. Let's Google. Christmas breakup party. I don't think this one is quite the right translation, but anyway, it's a celebration for the kids that school's over and they're about to go on Christmas break. And so, yeah, that's tomorrow. It was really cool working at that school and a lot of the kids were great. Of course, it was hard as well, and I spent a lot of hours there overworking, even though I wouldn't have had to, but it's been a really great experience, so I'm really grateful for it. I think this new year will be like a new chapter for me. First I'll work at a different school for maybe 3-4 weeks, then I'll actually go to Australia for a month-long trip, and then in March I'm gonna be back here just doing my own projects and actually being free and having like semester for the first time in a long time, and I'm just gonna, you know, paint and make my videos, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I hopefully will make all the videos I plan to do, and I have so many ideas and I feel like I'm really in a creative space and I just long for, you know, yeah, making stuff. So I'm really excited for that. But before the new year, I will actually tomorrow go to Turku. It's a city in Finland where my mom is from, and that's where her relatives and my Finnish relatives live. So we're going to go there to celebrate Christmas. So Christmas this year is gonna be very different from what it's usually like, because I think I've only spent one Christmas away from home, which I remember, and that was a few years ago. I was also in Turku, but not with my own family. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how my Finnish relatives spend Christmas, because I have no idea really. So me, my mom and dad are going there tomorrow. I hope that you've had a great start to your new year and that you had a pleasant Christmas. I think this is gonna be uploaded sometime in the spring, so yeah, I don't know when you're gonna see this, but hopefully it was nice and 2024 is a blast. The weather right now is a bit crazy. It was super cold for a few weeks, which is very unusual for this time of year. And then it all melted, and yesterday the snow came back, but now it's plus degrees again, or it's 0, so it's melting again. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit annoying because it gets really slippery in the roads, and yeah, this snow gets really wet, so it's a bit annoying when you go outside and your shoes are wet, and yeah, it's just cold. I would just like it to be minus all the time so it wouldn't melt. But that's just what December is like, and I'm so grateful that there's snow, because it's very unusual for it to be this snowy, and that I've also had one opportunity to ice skate. Since then the snow melted, or not the snow, the ice melted. Not completely, but you can't walk on it anymore. And along the coastlines, as you maybe can see, there's no ice anymore, so yeah. Oh well, it will come back in January, I hope. I think I'll see you maybe on the ferry or in Turku spending Christmas. See you there, or you'll see it right now. Bye bye. Turku next. I have to be really quiet now because my parents and my grandpa are sleeping upstairs. Just a few hours ago, me and my parents arrived here in Turku, and now it's in the middle of the night and I should probably go to sleep, but that's why I'm so quiet, because they're sleeping upstairs. But I just wanted to tell you that I'm here in my grandpa's house, which my great-grandpa actually built, which is pretty amazing. So it's both my grandpa's and my mother's childhood home, and it's really special being here in Turku because I love this place. I went to school here from the age of 15 to 18, so I had a lot of important memories happen here, and I would say that those were like the best years of my life in a way. I met so many new people and got to learn so much about sort of a different culture than my own, and I was just, or I am, very grateful for those years, and I love this city. But I also think that a part of my love has to do with the fact that my ancestors, or lots of them, are from here, and somehow I just think that it connects with me and my soul somehow. I just feel at home and at peace here. So yeah, I'm really stoked about being here, and I'm so happy. I'm just like overjoyed. I can't really express all of my emotions. I'm just happy. I'm smiling on the inside. And so for the first time in my 22 years, I'm celebrating Christmas with my Finnish relatives, and I don't really know what to expect. I don't know their traditions at all, but it's gonna be very cool, and I guess I'm gonna just bring you along with me, and you can maybe learn something through this video and through me. I'm seeing this for the first time as I'm filming it, so I don't really know what I'm gonna film, but I guess you'll see that soon. And I think I'm just gonna bring you around here in Turku and show you beautiful places, and I'm also gonna spend a lot of time with friends that have come here to celebrate Christmas as well. And I'm also gonna go to Syne. Maybe a few of you know who she is. It's a good friend of mine that lives just an hour or an hour and a half away from here. So I'm gonna go there for a few days. I'm gonna be here for a little more than a week. Today is the 22nd of December and I'm leaving on the 30th. So yeah, as usual, I have no idea what to expect of this or make of this, but I'm very happy that you're here, and even though it might not be Christmas when you're watching this, I hope you can get something out of it, and that, yeah, you just get a peaceful, happy, cozy feeling, and maybe that you learn something. The week I spent on the mainland flew by. Me and Mom went to the market called Saluhallen, which is always cozy. And I also took my mom to my favorite cafe in Turku.
Risky business. Kun äiti soitti sulle niin, ja Sanni kuuli, kun sä puhuit, niin se alkoi nauraa, kun se herra jästä, se on niin turkulainen, että voi olla.
We're going to see julfreden.
Piece of Christmas.
Christmas piece. Yeah. And now we're at the square here. Really pretty. Julfriden, or joulurauha as it is called in Finnish, is an old tradition dating back to the 13th century. Christmas peace is sort of an announcement of the beginning of Christmas season, and it is always held on Christmas Eve on the 24th of December at noon. It is always broadcasted on national TV from Turku around the whole country, and this was the first time I was actually there in person.
Och överträdelse särskilt påbjuda. Slutligen tillönskar stadens samtliga invånare en fröjdefull julhelg.
We just lit candles on my grandmother and my great-grandma and father's graves, and now we're going to eat Christmas dinner at my aunt's. So, I don't know.
Happy Christmas.
Happy or Merry Christmas.
Teillä menee aina valitti ympäri. Meitä on 20.
The evening we spent at my aunt's. She had made a lot of really good food for Christmas.
Hej Tomtegubbar, slå i glas.
The Finnish-speaking Finns don't share the same tradition of singing schnapps songs, but Dad and I couldn't resist, and so we did anyway.
Koska tuolla singin ai jippi ai.
Missä sun snapsi on? Ei jippi ai ai, jippi jippi ai. Jippi ai ai, jippi jippi ai. Skål!
Ahvenanmaa, kun sit hänen velipoikansa sitten ketä ne tytöt soittaa kaikki heti. Siellä on niin kamala meno päällä. Ei, mutta siellä on siis meno päällä. Se on joku joulu siellä. Siellä on joulu.
Joo.
Se on kunnon laulavaa porukkaa, niin se on.
Joo, kun on hyvä ääni, niin sitä on kiva kuunnella. Onko sun vanhempas ollut sit oikein musikaalisesti?
Se tulee monta vuotta sitten. Ne lähti Ledjörin saarelta sieltä ulkosaaristosta. Ne tulee sieltä, ne kaikki, Ahvenanmaalla on hirveästi laulavia ihmisiä. Ja se on niin kuin, se on ollut se perinne.
Joo, niin
se on perinne, se on ihan ihmeellinen.
Kun soudettiin, niin kuin minne sitten soudettiin ja noin.
Laittaa verkot ylös ja se lauloja ja kirkossa ja se oli koko ajan.
Then Santa Claus came to visit, and it wasn't obvious at all who that was. Since all I've talked about this winter has been about the movie Stormskärs Maja, my dad gifted me incredibly beautiful jewelry made with inspiration from that movie.
Aika suolasta.
The next morning, we ate breakfast and then me and my dad went to listen to some Christmas music in church. We're not particularly religious or anything, but I enjoy the atmosphere of being in church from time to time. Especially around the holidays. Later that same day, I met up with my best friend Elin and we walked around the city. Well then. We've arrived at the very last days of 2023, but I'll save the New Year celebrations for the next video. And a huge thank you to my incredible friend Samuel for playing and recording Finlandia on the piano. It's such a beautiful piece of music by Sibelius. Out of all of the holidays, Christmas must be my favorite. It's such a cliché, I know. But I believe it's just because my family's traditions are so strong for that particular holiday. There's nothing cozier than being surrounded by my big extended family, singing songs, eating food, while the snow gently falls outside. I hope to see you next time. Thank you once again for watching. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye now!